Have you ever considered that a simple no could be the most powerful tool in your personal arsenal? In a world that often praises the yes man, the art of refusal is a formidable skill, yet it remains vastly underutilized. Saying no is not merely a matter of being contrary. It is an empowering act that sets boundaries, protects your mental health, and preserves the quality of your relationships. Imagine the freedom of aligning your actions with your true priorities rather than scattering your energies. This is where the wisdom of Stoic philosophy shines through. Stoics teach the importance of self-control and discernment, advocating that we must choose our commitments wisely. What matters is not how many doors we open, but which doors we choose to walk through and which we decide to close. By mastering the simple word no, you reclaim control over your life's narrative, making choices that genuinely reflect your values and aspirations. So if saying no can do so much, why do we find it so hard? Many of us fear the fallout of saying no. This simple syllable, while seemingly innocuous, carries with it a weighty bundle of anxieties. Let's delve into the common fears that tether us to a cycle of constant acquiescence, often at the expense of our own well-being. Firstly, there's the fear of missing out, commonly abbreviated as FOMO. This modern acronym encapsulates a timeless worry that by saying no, we might miss an opportunity that could have been transformative or joyous. This fear can make us stretch ourselves too thin, committing to activities or obligations that drain rather than fulfill us. Then there's the fear of being perceived as rude. In many cultures, politeness is intertwined with agreeableness. Refusal, therefore, can sometimes be misinterpreted as hostility or arrogance. This misconception pressures many into saying yes when their heart screams no, all in the pursuit of maintaining harmony and social acceptance. Additionally, the fear of conflict is a formidable barrier. Many envision a dramatic fallout from setting boundaries, expecting confrontations that may never actually occur. This fear fosters a preference for passive compliance over the potential discomfort of assertive communication. It's essential to recognize how these fears not only compromise our ability to prioritize our own needs and values, but also cloud our judgment. They skew our perception of choices, making refusal seem like an insurmountable task rather than a viable option. Understanding these fears is the first step to overcoming them. Imagine you're invited to an event that you dread. What do? Often the mere thought of declining can send us spiraling into a web of anxiety. However, mastering the art of saying no in your personal life is not just a skill. It's a necessity for maintaining balance and respecting your own boundaries. Let's delve into how you can decline personal invitations with grace and conviction. The foundation of this approach is built on two pillars: honesty and assertiveness. Being honest doesn't mean you have to be blunt or hurtful. Rather, it's about being clear and respectful about your feelings. For instance, if a friend invites you to a gathering but you're feeling overwhelmed or simply need some time to yourself, consider a response like, "I really appreciate the invite, but I'm taking some time to recharge. Let's catch up soon though." This lets them know that you value their invitation and their friendship, but you are also listening to your own needs. Assertiveness is equally crucial. It's about expressing your decision in a way that leaves no room for misunderstanding, yet remains respectful. If family pressures you to attend an event you're not comfortable with, a firm but polite response might be, "I understand this is important to you, which is why it's hard for me to say no. However, I need to do what's best for me right now." Remember, when you say no, you're not just refusing an invitation. You're also communicating your priorities. You're teaching others what you are and aren't willing to allocate your time and energy to. This might initially be met with disappointment, but over time, it can lead to a deeper understanding and respect for your boundaries. It's also important to practice consistency in your refusals. Being consistent helps set expectations with your loved ones, reducing the likelihood of pressure or guilt in future interactions. Finally, embrace the freedom that comes with saying no. It allows you to say yes to things that truly matter to you, whether that's spending time on personal hobbies with loved ones or simply resting. Remember, true friends respect your choices. Now, let's turn to the workplace. In the bustling corridors of our professional lives, the word no carries a weight that, when wielded wisely, can be a formidable tool against overcommitment and burnout. It is essential to recognize that saying no at work isn't merely a refusal, but a strategic decision that protects your time, energy, and focus. Consider this. When you're already juggling multiple projects and a new task lands on your desk, The instinct might be to say yes to avoid disappointing others or to seem like a team player. However, taking on too much can dilute the quality of your work across the board. It's about working smarter, not harder. So how does one master the art of saying no professionally? Start by evaluating the request. Ask yourself if it aligns with your core responsibilities and goals. If it doesn't, it might be a candidate for a polite but firm no. Remember, it's not just about refusing, it's about clarifying your professional priorities. Next, communicate your decision with clarity and respect. Instead of a blunt refusal, try framing your no around your current commitments. For example, you might say, I'm currently focused on completing our quarterly goals, and I need to dedicate all my resources there. This not only shows your dedication, but also places your refusal within the context of contributing to the company's objectives. It's also beneficial to offer an alternative. If you can't take on a task, perhaps suggest a colleague whose skills are a better fit or a future time when you could revisit the request. This demonstrates your willingness to help and maintains positive relationships within your team. Finally, remain consistent in your approach. Regularly taking on more than you can handle sets an unsustainable precedent. By being consistent in your strategic refusals, you help set realistic expectations with your colleagues and supervisors. Setting professional boundaries sets you up for long-term success and respect. Saying no might be uncomfortable, but the long-term benefits are immense. Let's explore how this simple act can significantly influence both personal and professional growth, reflecting the Stoic ideals of living a life aligned with one's principles. When you say no, you're not just declining an offer or a request, you're making a powerful statement about your values and your time. This choice leads to enhanced time management. Imagine a life where each task you undertake is chosen with purpose, aligning perfectly with your priorities. This isn't just efficient, it's transformative. It allows you to focus deeply on what truly matters, reducing stress and increasing productivity. Moreover, the ability to say no cultivates increased self-respect. It's a declaration of self-worth, signaling to yourself and others that your needs and desires are valid and important. This stance is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of self-mastery and inner strength. By honoring your limits, you build a robust sense of self that is not easily swayed by external pressures. This newfound respect also strengthens relationships. It might seem counterintuitive, but clear boundaries lead to healthier, more honest interactions. When you're straightforward about your limits, people understand where they stand with you. This clarity eliminates misunderstandings and builds trust. Relationships, whether personal or professional, thrive on this kind of transparency and respect. Each of these benefits, better time management, increased self-respect, and stronger relationships, feed into one another, creating a virtuous cycle that enhances every aspect of your life. By saying no, you protect your time and energy, invest in your well-being, and interact with others in a way that is both sincere and respectful. So the next time you find yourself hesitating at the verge of a no, remember the profound impacts it can have. Each decision to decline is not a missed opportunity, but a reaffirmation of your life's priorities. Each no you say respects your life's priorities. Embracing the power of no is a journey. It begins not with grand gestures, but with small, decisive steps. Imagine starting each day with a clear intention of what you will not accept. This practice helps filter out distractions and paves the way for a more focused and purposeful existence. One effective method to cultivate this skill is to start small. Begin by saying no to minor things that you might usually accept out of politeness or habit. Perhaps it's declining an extra helping of dessert or resisting the urge to binge another episode late at night. These small victories build the mental muscle needed for bigger challenges. Keeping a journal can be a transformative tool in this journey. Each day, write down instances where you said no and reflect on how these decisions made you feel. Did you feel liberated? Perhaps uncomfortable? This is normal. Growth often feels uncomfortable at first, but these personal insights are invaluable. They help you understand your true priorities and boundaries. As you practice, you'll notice that saying no becomes easier, almost natural. You'll start to recognize which commitments align with your values and which ones detract from your goals. This skill, like any other, strengthens with use. It's about reinforcing your capacity to make decisions that truly benefit your well-being and your life's vision. With each no, you're not just pushing away what doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to what truly matters.